You know, it's a taboo, like we're supposed to be assaulted and abused and always the bottom of the barrel. Trans women are women. And then when someone finds out that they're trans women, then they're enraged, they're upset, and feel like they have something to prove, and then they want to harm that person when they were just walking up the street trying to get home. This is a prime example of a story of someone just trying to get home and just walked up the wrong block at the wrong time.
I thought that they were just gonna kill me, and my first instincts was like very much to like appeal to these, you know, these people's like humanity and just logically, like, you know, like what are you doing? Like, what is this? Like, why are you doing this?
Media outlets are calling 2018 one of the deadliest years for the trans community. The Human Rights Campaign has recorded 22 deaths thus far. But advocates say the numbers don't tell the right story. It's more than an increase in violence. It's a sign trans people feel empowered to seek justice.
Every year there's like kind of like a report on, you know, how many deaths there were or whatever. And in the trans community, you know, we're very much aware of it because these are members of our community that are, you know, that we're not seeing anymore. People, or not people, trans women of color, do not, you know, report a lot of this stuff because even in these places where we're supposed to be served and helped, we can endure, you know, just as much mistreatment. It makes it hard for us to even get the help we need.
Jasmine Infinity is a DJ and producer based in Brooklyn. She says a group of 10 people attacked her and 2 friends outside of a liquor store on June 10th, 2017. The incident left her in the hospital with a fractured jaw that had to be wired shut.
In the liquor store, they refused us service, started, you know, making fun of us, calling us slurs like transformers and whatnot. And then one of the women who were in front of the store like came up to me and like smacked my phone out of my hand. That's when like all the men just like rushed me and, you know, attacked me and like punched me in the face and stuff. And the police were like, well, what are you guys doing around there? And like, you know, what were you wearing? You know, literally the victim blaming like scenario. You know, it was like a culmination and an amalgamation of all of the things that trans people experience, right? So like people devaluing our work, people refusing us service, people, you know, thinking that basically that we're just disposable trash, that, you know, that we have no rights, that we have, you know, no claim to this earth or our existence.
Jose Gutierrez and Giselle Alicia are the leaders of the House of Extravaganza, a prominent group in the New York City ballroom scene. Its members have gathered for decades to compete in balls and create safe spaces for the LGBTQ community. Since it started in 1982, the House has lost multiple members to violence against the trans community. In May 2012, Lorena Extravaganza was found suffocated and burned in her Brooklyn apartment.
Lorena was a very sweet and very beloved individual. Everywhere she went, she had people that were just all over her. She was just an outstanding personality. So I don't know why somebody would even ever try to do that to her.
When it hits home, it's almost like surreal. And you think that it gets better, but it never does.
For this house, like, I really wish justice would be served. That's what I want, justice.
While many cases go unsolved, Lala Zanel is one of the people working to change that. She worked with Dolores Nettles after her daughter Elan died from injuries during a 2013 attack. James Dixon eventually pled guilty to the assault in 2016 and was sentenced to 12 years in prison.
She was young, you know, someone who wasn't fooling anybody, someone who was in school, someone who had her own apartment, which was getting her piece of the American pie, or the American dream as we call it, and was just trying to go home. And because he found a liking to her and tried to make sexual advances towards her. His friends laughed at him because of her being trans. He found a choice for him that he wanted to take her life. In that case, it was us, the community leaders, that continued to push that fight, which ended up helping us to get a conviction. It wasn't the conviction we wanted because it wasn't a hate crime, but still, we got a conviction.
The Anti-Violence Project also worked with Jasmine after she reported her attack. She says the nonprofit acted as a liaison with police and helped her get counseling.
I think I'm just now, at 34 years old, having the time to even kind of heal from a lot of what I've had to endure. Like, I'm just DJing and producing like full time, so I have a lot of time to myself, to have a lot of time to like recover, to be surrounded by friends and community and family, and kind of create a bubble from the rest of the world. There's all of this backlash, you know, towards my existence. It gives me more reason to, you know, be more out there, to be more in people's face, to live my life, you know, very visibly and very openly. What else am I gonna do?